Big questions surrounding the Republican National Convention. President Trump threatening in a series of tweets to move the event away from Charlotte if Governor Cooper cannot guarantee the convention can operate at full capacity. The president saying, if not, we will be reluctantly forced to find, with all of the jobs and economic development it brings, another site. Wake Up Charlotte's Richard Devane joins us live with the latest. Richard, leaders now saying they will release their guidelines for the convention next month.
We're less than 90 days away from the RNC, and questions continue to mount on if Charlotte can host the event.
We're contractually obligated to host this convention.
Some argue the RNC, which could draw 50,000 people to Charlotte, could also pose a health risk during what could still be a corona pandemic. Monday, President Donald Trump wanted some assurances, threatening to pull the RNC out of Charlotte if he's, quote, not immediately given an answer by the governor as to whether or not the space will be allowed to be fully occupied. We asked attorney Chris Trenice to check out the 94-page contract between the city and the RNC host committee.
The contract specifically permits both the city and the county to respond to any public emergency situation or public health situation that may arise in the city.
Trenice, a registered Republican himself, says that means city leaders could choose to enforce whatever emergency orders Governor Cooper has in place come this August.
We would have to be in a situation where we're out of phase 3.
And we're seeing on social media a ton of reaction between the back and forth on this, where people stand and what they think should happen. Obviously, the president saying that he wants full capacity at the RNC, not getting an answer yet. And we are asking you what you think. Over on our WCNC app, we have a live poll up this morning asking, should Charlotte still host the RNC? Yes, no, or yes, but only with limited capacity, which isn't what the president wants. I'm seeing it's pretty split between yes and no at this point, so continue to weigh in, and we'll get an update in just a minute. We do now have a response on social media from Mayor Vilisle. She says, with the health and safety of everybody in our city, it is a top priority, and the city will continue to follow guidance from Governor Cooper and public health officials on determining what is best for the Republican National Convention. She stays consistent with her statements, saying that the science and data will ultimately determine what we will collectively do for the city of Charlotte. So let's get to some of your comments about this. Mitch says South Carolina is open for business, so come on down here. Marlene in the bottom left corner is commenting, it seems that the RNC should be planning the site, not the president. So continue to join this conversation. Bethany saying, good riddance. If another state takes you, it will speak volumes of how the state officials value everybody who lives in that city. So join the conversation with a comment on our Facebook page and vote in the poll if you haven't done so already. But I have been seeing those numbers, guys, pretty tight between people voting in the 50% ballpark on yes and no.
Yeah, right now it says 55% say no, it should not host the RNC, and about 40% say yes, and some people there still in the middle. It's a polarizing topic, the coronavirus and the RNC, Carolyn.
It certainly is. It's interesting how the pandemic has become politicized, for sure.